Come on.
Broadcasting way too early from three separate Wi-Fi connections. It's PT Breakfast Club with Tony Maritato, Dave Kittle, and Jimmy McKay.
Morning physical therapy. Welcome to PT Breakfast Club, the only morning show where we talk about the stuff that you're thinking, but HR told you not to say out loud. Today we are man down. Flags are flying at half mast. If you're a podcaster or a live streamer,
don't say it like that,
and you lose your voice. So the
right.
For Tony, it's for his voice. Tony has lost his voice. It's like, I mean, what is that? Like you're a gymnast and you break your leg? I mean, those are equal. Those things are the same. Today we're going to dig into a statistic. We don't usually do statistics. I tell people all the time, don't do statistics. But what I say is, don't do only a statistic. Back it up with a thing. And we're going to throw out a statistic. The statistic is 76% of patients never even start physical therapy when they get a referral. But here's the thing. It's our fault. You have to own it. Okay, I'm going to explain why. You're going to hate me, then you're going to agree with me. We're also going to talk about the identity crisis quietly brewing inside the profession. I don't even know if it's quietly brewing inside the profession anymore. I just wrote that as the intro. And why healthcare keeps buying dashboards instead of fixing behavior. Coffee in hand, brain on. Let's begin. But Dave, you and I both know this is not show friends. This is show business, which is why we have a new sponsor. Welcome to the show, Chart Hard, the AI documentation assistant. Today's episode of PT Breakfast Club is brought to you by Chart Hard, the AI documentation assistant that adds more words to your notes. You think everybody's removing words. We're going to add them because apparently you didn't justify enough already. Chart Hard can do it for you. It turns patient stood up into a 12-sentence narrative with citations, metaphors, with the subtle fear of an audit baked in. Stop charting like a human. Start charting like a lawyer. Visit charthard.ai/justify everything. Chart Hard. How's that graphic, though? Generated that graphic.
It's the best one so far. This is intense.
Wait for we've now leveled up our graphics.
What are you using to use? Are you ChatGPT or Gemini?
I'm just prompting better. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, be less lazy. Like, better input, better output. So I used to be like, generate graphic. And I would get this, right? For the sponsored by the Ministry of Silly Gates, right? I get this, or I do this one. Therafluff. Roller. People, I said this yesterday. I was talking to a friend when I was generating for today's show rundown. And I said, we will hit a point when we do this enough that people are requesting for us to bring back a funny sponsor. That will happen. And here's why I know this. Do you remember Real Men of Genius?
Of course.
Budweiser, Bud Light ad campaign from a billion years ago, like mid-2000s. If you don't know it, go look on YouTube. There's got to be videos. And it was one concept that had a framework. They tried it. It worked. And then they were able to spin off the thing ran for like, I don't even know, 3 or 4 years. I'll do a steal this strategy of that eventually in a later episode. That ad campaign was brilliant. That makes me feel stupid that I haven't brought it up on the show already. Will Boyd liking Chart Hard. See what I mean? Like, Chart Hard doesn't.
Now your graphic said Chart Harder.
Yeah. Because that's what you want to do, but you chart harder with Chart Hard. Like, you would get, who would I get? You know who I would get if I were going to do a real, see down at the bottom, Chart Hard, AI documentation assistant.
Oh, okay. Oh, on the top is like, it's like,
just do
got
it.
Got it.
Yeah.
The slogan. Yeah.
You get Terry Crews. Terry Crews, and he comes in and you see someone charting and they use the regular AI and it's like 3 sentences. Terry Crews walks over, grabs the laptop, snaps it over his knee and goes, "What is this? You might get audited. I need to see 36 pages from a re-eval. What are you doing?" Does he have enough coffee, though? He doesn't have enough coffee in this. He looks angry. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I forgot. I didn't even notice the fact that there's 37 piles. There's a pile of 37 coffees. I can't believe we're 4 minutes in. We're still talking about our sponsor. But that's the value you get when you sponsor PT Breakfast Club. We don't read your 25-second live read and stop. We talk about it for 12 minutes. So Chart Hard. That's a good one. All right. So I wanted to talk about this statistic. Kevin Brown shared this yesterday on his LinkedIn page. And he had the statistic that said, and I'll get the citation wherever he got it. Doesn't even matter if the statistic is right. That's where we are in this world. We know this. 76% of patients referred to PC never start care. And the ones who do, 70% of those drop out early. And I'm going to using air quotes. I'm going to say early before the plan of care that the professional they came to see has said this would be 3 visits, 12 visits, 87 visits. 70% of those people who actually do show up drop out early. So I don't think this is a motivation problem. And I did a very popular Instagram video on this yesterday. Popular because you guys liked it and told me you liked it. I don't think it's a motivation problem. In the video, I said it's a friction problem. We built a referral model that's easy for providers, and it's not based on human behavior. So then in the video, if you look on my Instagram, I paralleled it with Netflix. Imagine you're the CEO of Netflix. Dave, you're the CEO of Netflix. Poof. And you're like, hey, marketing guys, how we doing? What's the pipeline look like? And they're like, yes. If 100 people sign up, turns out 76% of them never push play because there's a 2-week delay from when you sign up for Netflix to when you can watch your first video. Now, that's ridiculous. If you're the CEO of Netflix, that's what healthcare is. Well, what about the people that do push play? They don't last a month and then they bail out. How long do you think Netflix would be in business? They'd be gone, right? I mean, right? I don't know. Can you hear me?
I mean, you absolutely have to invest in it and be creative and measure what works with marketing.
So we know this. Nothing I just said was revolutionary. What do you do to fix this in your practice? And if Tony was here, and if he is here and is able to type, we know his thumbs aren't broken. He's a smart guy. He'll comment. Why is this so complicated? Who benefits from it being complicated? And then who are the people who are doing it right? How do you do it? I know you have a very smooth system. Like, what do you think your ratio? It ain't 76% of people who get to Dave or get somewhere a referral. There's no way you're running at 24%, right?
That convert. Well, so this is like top of the funnel, and this is similar to like the APTA or one of the other publications from the past 5 or 10 years, where it says only 7% of people with musculoskeletal aches and pains actually get the physical therapy. This is a different stat.
Yeah, I'll get it. But this is saying 76 of patients referred. So your doctor, who everybody's like, this is God, maybe less so in the Instagram era, but like my doctor said, go do PT. 76% of those people never start care. That's not a good number.
And you're curious as to why? I mean, there's a couple right off the cuff hypotheses in terms of like, all right, well, some people might have heard about the big box physical therapy. This kind of ties back into Nick Hoops. Is it Nick on LinkedIn? Hoops, Nick H.
Stuff.
Do you know him? Hoopes.
He's from Ohio, I believe.
Yeah. So a day ago, and maybe we can pull it in, but a day ago he posted a post on LinkedIn, "The Uncomfortable Truth About PT," and it was talking about the big box volume based, 3, 4, 5, whatever patients per day. I think a combination of multiple things. Some consumers and Will Boyd would be actually a perfect person to ask or get his sentiment on this. I think a lot of people don't know what physical therapy is. I think some people think when they hear physical therapy, they're like that maybe that takes some effort and it's not just all passive like a massage or acupuncture. That there's all these factors. They have to spend some money. They have to go somewhere. I mean, if 76% of people are told you should go to physical therapy for this condition, whatever it is, back pain, an ankle sprain, headaches, whatever it is, your physician, your doctor is referring you, and 76% of people do not go. So it's like a messaging problem.
Yes.
Tony's here in spirit. He's commenting live. Tony, drop us some comments live here on looks like you're on LinkedIn, because I think it's not just one thing. It's multiple things, whether it's, I heard that my friend or my family member went to a big box physical therapy place and the place was, packed with people. So yeah, so maybe we could tie this in. So I commented on this, and this kind of segues into like my biases with cash out of pocket physical therapy or whatever.
This thing blew up. 41 comments on LinkedIn is a lot. That is a lot. I'll try to find yours.
And it's just from a day ago.
Wow. Good on you, Nick. Touching a nerve. Where's yours? Yours is somewhere here. There it is. Hey, Nick, strongly disagree that many people simply can't afford even $100 to $150 for a self-pay PT visit. Most consumers are spenders. They spend money on whatever they value. Women spend $200 to get their hair cut and blown out. People spend money on massages. This goes back to the we bitch about needs and not wants. I complain about food, mortgage rates, and gas prices. But I find the money for PlayStations.
Exactly. That is part of the whole conversation. Exactly.
Yes. But what I'm also talking about is this. There's got to be part of it. Because I said, if access is broken at the front door, it's complex. How do I get to PT? And then how do I use these benefits? Like this is on purpose, right? This is not a bug. This is a feature. Like Netflix, I bet you right now, if I went to netflix.com, it's like name, email address, credit card, start. But that is not what healthcare is. And that is, in my opinion, that's a feature, not a bug. Because you're paying for
if you're self-pay and you're paying out of pocket, or you have no insurance and you want to pay out of pocket, the friction is very low, or it should be at least.
Yes. But we're trained like Pavlov and his dog that you pay for health insurance every month. And I remember I wasn't even in PT school before someone reframed it. Like, you don't pay for health care, you're paying for health insurance. I'm like, those are the same things. And they're like, look at those two phrases. One says, they both say health, and that's where I fall apart. And then one says insurance and one says care. And you're like, car insurance and a car payment are different. I get a car with the car payment. With car insurance, if I smash into something, I'm, quote, covered up to this amount. But we are, in this country, we are like sort of beaten and conditioned classically that this is what I get. So my point is, and what I took about for this video is like, dude, this is hard on purpose, so we never get there. Are there things we can do on our end? Because changing culture is huge, important, but hard. What are people doing out there to make it so damn slippery? Like, buy now, the buy now button on Amazon is worth trillions. What is the buy now, schedule now button? Can we simplify that? Like,
no. So
go ahead.
Part of the 76% of people that are referred by their physician to physical therapy, we are not able to, we meaning the physical therapy business owners, practice owners, we're not able to completely and directly influence what is said by the physician or the PA or the nurse or whatever. Right. We're not able to frame it properly because it's their word. It's their words. It's their room. It's their office, right? So these physicians, PAs, nurses, whoever, front desk people at some offices, at some doctors' offices, are giving a list. They're giving you a list, Jimmy. Hey, here's a list of 23 local physical therapy offices. No one is saying, in my opinion, some physicians are great. If they're listening, I'm sure you're dialed in with this, but many physicians are just going to be like, hey, you got back pain, go to physical therapy. They're not saying why you need physical therapy. They're not even justifying for 2 seconds what they might do for you, why it's important, no side effects, lower downstream medical bills, and let's stop this thing before it gets out of hand. It's literally like, hey, Jimmy, just here's a piece of paper, this little referral. Go to physical therapy for your back pain. Most consumers are not guided as to why they should do it, what's the benefit, why it's important to them, how it'll save them money, why it makes sense, why it'll help them get back to their goals. These physicians and PAs most of the time don't care about their goals, right? So that if Jimmy's the patient, they're not going to ask and know, oh, Jimmy is this podcaster who needs to have no back pain because he needs to be on planes and he's going to conferences and he's got to be able to sit and do recordings and episodes. And if you need to get back to sitting as much as you do, Jimmy, you need to do physical therapy. We need to get this straightened out. We need to work. You probably need to work on, your physical therapist is going to evaluate you and assess you and all that. So that there's so many of these factors that are part of the conversation before they ever consider or reach out to a physical therapy office.
So it's 2 things. Agreed. Let's just say, because I'm not a math major, let's just say half of the 76% never show up to physical therapy and start because of what you just said. And the other half come to our website, using air quotes. They get to whoever's website they were sent to. Let's own the other half. Because I still think we overcomplicate that part. Let's say we do have a person who has the money and the desire, and they get to our website. You can ruin a lot of sales. You can ruin a lot of booking cruises. You can ruin a lot of any decisions, if you make the friction, the coefficient of friction, look at me going back to physics. If the coefficient of friction is just slightly too high, it does not need to be crazy complex before I myself go, I saw this ad on Instagram, then I went to your website, just clicked whatever shop, and I get there and you asked me to enter in like 9 things, and then I got to take my credit card out of my pocket. What do? I go to Amazon, type in the name of your product, see if it's there. If it is, I might buy it. If it isn't, I'm definitely not buying it because they already have my credit card. It's that dumb. It is that dumb. Will chiming in. Green points, Dave. There's a big difference between a referral and a pre-sold referral.
And there's no pre-selling done. They don't care. They want the patient out of their office.
Well, hold on. Yeah, but they're rewarded for they're done at that point.
Yep.
This is them going, my haircut is done. And they're like, hey man, hit the door. The next guy's coming in. So I will defend other people. They don't care because they don't care. We don't care either. We don't pre-sell like PAs or going back to a physician very well. Like the both are true. So agreed. So pre-sold meaning the referrer, whoever the sender is not selling the benefit of the receiver, being the PT in this case, right? And then Tony saying they don't know this is unclear. They don't know what it will cost me money-wise. They're just saying, go see a PT, go to Dave. What's that cost? I don't know what you're going to need. Like when people come to me and they're like, can you do media or marketing for me? I'm like, yeah. They're like, what does it cost? I'm like, could be anywhere from $1 to $1 billion. I don't know what you need. We just met. You said my image hurts. We might need to wash off that other stuff before we zhuzh this up. And they're practicing defensively. Yes, there it is. They're just saying, get out. Like, I don't know. I know the answer is something over here. This is simple, not easy. And if they don't order it, there it is. If they don't order it, they're afraid of lawsuits. True or not, that is his perception as a patient. I don't disagree with Tony on that one, right? They're just
Tony's saying some of the percentage of the 76% are being referred, and they might not actually be great candidates. The physician, the PA, or whatever, they probably know. They're like, this patient shows up late all the time to my office. They're never going to go to physical therapy, whatever. Like jokingly, like they're just making these referrals so that they can document it in the system because of the high volume of the patients they're seeing, and they're just checking a box. Yeah,
agreed. So my point for my video yesterday was I paralleled this with Netflix, and we all laugh. Ha ha ha! Jimmy's being silly. Look what he's doing. He's paralleling healthcare and Netflix. That's cute. This would never fly with Netflix. Dude, they would have people in the boardroom being like, your asses are all on the line. Fix this in 20 minutes or you're out. And we just go, patient's non-compliant. They didn't show up. Imagine saying like all the people who want to solve their boredom problem with Netflix, they're just non-compliant. Great, bro. But a business doesn't exist. Healthcare floats. Like we just keep floating this stupid thing. So my question is, we keep fixing other leaks. This is the biggest hole in the boat. Let's pretend this is the biggest hole in the boat in your clinic. Why aren't we fixing this? Stop every other thing until you fix this, or else what's the point? You are shoveling against the tide. You see how I keep it G-rated. We used to do that in radio. We would people like,
you got to. This is becoming a family show, I think. We're going national. We're going global.
It's a skill. You're like, what the are you talking about? It's like, who does that? Who's editing in real time? It's like me, self-edit. But parents know how to do this. Parents have not. You don't know how to do it yet because your kids still have price.
Oh no, we're practicing already.
Smart. What age do kids start? Like, I think
he's repeating everything. He's 20 months old. He was repeating everying, 3 months ago.
20 months old. Wow, where does that go?
Almost 2 years old in March.
Wow. Will saying all those that are getting website traffic and aren't getting those people in the door need to hire GT. Meet me.
They need to hire Jimmy and get the message out. Get Mo.
I actually think they need to hire. I need to hire a combination of maybe me and Will, or not me and Will, but like some people who do this, right? Because if you're like, say it to a business owner, say it to a PT who's like, I don't understand website or how things work. 100 people show up at your bar. 24 come in. That's it. 100 people got told by friends, this bar is dope. They get to your door. Only 24 walk in. Are you going to be a bar very long? No. And of those people that come in, 70% of 24, 10% is 2.4, 2, 4, I don't know. 70% of those people, so 9 people out of 100 actually buy a drink. That bar doesn't bar. That bar doesn't bar. The barrier to what's wrong with your door? Maybe your signs are stupid. Maybe there's no neon light. Your bar is dumb. And people told you to go. Fix this problem.
The positive, yes, the websites, every website needs to get better, mine included, copywriting, better design, whatever. I mentioned this before in the show that there is the positive digital assistance of YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, putting up images, especially videos showing inside your clinic. I'm trying to do more of it. And so all of that is helping. And I think more consumers are seeing things on TikTok. I forgot. So TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, a little bit of YouTube, whatever. Like, I feel like more consumers are understanding. So this whole, that 76% of people that are referred don't go to physical therapy. There's a whole other bucket of people that were not referred that are self-referring themselves and finding people on Instagram and practices, and they see the therapist treating a patient, talking to a patient, or having fun, or doing a TikTok dance or whatever. And that bucket of people are going themselves. And I bet it's the inverse. I bet it's like, who knows what the number is, but it's the inverse of the majority of people seeing videos on Instagram or TikTok or whatever of a physical therapy office, chiro, massage, acupuncture, health and wellness, whatever. They are taking their own volition. They're taking the step to go for themselves.
Okay, so we are talking about top of funnel or mid funnel. Somewhere between mid, you're talking about top of funnel. I agree. That's where I like to live. But I think, I don't want to speak for him, Will Boyd would say, your middle bottom of funnel, the time when someone touches the doorknob, that's too complicated. Like, imagine a bar doorknob with a keypad. Had a couple drinks. I don't know how this code works, so I go home. That's what I'm talking about. Like, there's the keypad. If you want to use your health insurance and have the friction of a third-party payer, and yes, I know that some of your wages were garnished, and that goes to your monthly premiums or whatever, maybe, or you're paying your premiums directly, and you want to use your health insurance. I get it. Yes. But if you want to use this third-party system, you have to accept this historical, ridiculous friction, the keypad lock on the door. Let's go to the phones here, or the internets. David Rowan, I'm just going to call him D3. D3 says, Dave, can't you call Kim Kardashian and ask her to hype up PT? PT needs some celebrity endorsements.
Absolutely.
Tony, talking with his thumbs today because he lost his voice. Same for me. We have more resources and information than ever. YouTube, ChatGPT have saved me tens of thousands of dollars. I just zhuzhed up my website this morning in an hour that I probably would have had to hire someone. I am now already ranking higher on Apple Podcasts by doing 2 simple things. I already hit refresh. I now rank at the top if you go to Apple Podcasts and type in physical therapy. Test it. That was from using ChatGPT. That is money that might have gone to service providers. Someone else solved the problem. You are losing more people at the top of funnel. My point is, literally, Josh Funk was talking about this. How are you getting, I think it was him. He said, your intake forms are costing you money. I bring my dad to a lot of doctor's appointments now. Do you know how many times I fill out the same damn paper form? 6 times? You're telling me a chatbot can't ask me questions verbally. I answer them verbally, and then it goes, got it. There's the insurance number. There's the name, first, last, middle. It can't just disperse that. In 2026, it's losing you money because eventually I'm going to be so pissed I just don't come back. Tony also saying, I wonder how many people get with orthopedic conditions like knee, hip, shoulder, OA pain, get a surgical recommendation and don't do. Ooh, this would be great. I bet $100 American surgeons process in the same healthcare system are smoother. Why? Because it matters more. Every person who's referred for surgery, when they touch the doorknob at the bar, it's 10 grand, 20 grand. 50 grand. That's beach house money, baby. There's no way for leaking this.
My thoughts on Tony's question is it's a lower percentage of people that don't do it because historically physicians have this, God influence, the status, and if a surgeon says you need surgery, most people most people are going to do it. A lot of people are going to do it.
Agree, but I'm still talking about top of funnel. I agree with you. That messaging is easier. Plus, they're closer. They're sitting in my office, and I go, bone on bone, bro. Look at this X-ray. Agreed. You're selling. I'm not in the room when you're referring me as if I'm a physical therapist. What I'm talking about, I bet you the process to get it is a little better than ours because it's worth more. The PT clinic business national chain that starts solving this problem, listen to me, does not need to spend as much on marketing. And I'm a marketing guy. Fix the thing below, and you don't have to worry about the thing above as much.
Can you clarify that what you're saying before that?
Let's do 100. You get 100 people paying it. 100 people are sitting in a surgeon's office, and the surgeon says, all 100 of you need surgery. Dave is saying, well, yeah, because the surgeon has a God complex. So out of those 100, 90 are going to be like, got it, I agree with you. 10 are going to go, I'm tough, or I don't have the money, or I don't want to deal with it. 90 are going to step forward. I'm talking about the next step. What do? Do I book? My thing is, I bet you the assistant is already walking in going, I'm going to take you right here. We're going to get the paperwork filled out. Do this.
Right.
That's the friction point I'm talking about. And of those 90, 79.
But that's in-house. The next step you're talking about is in-house within the physician's office. That's a different situation when a physician is referring to physical therapy that is now external for another practice. It's like two different things.
Yes. What I'm talking about is it's in our best interest as physical therapists. Since we're not in the room, we have to triple down on this. How do we improve when 100 people are at a doctor's office getting a referral, and then we get a photocopied list? When someone lands at totaltherapysolution.com, Tony says he has no intake form, no health questionnaires. Give me your name and signature. We start right now. That's no friction. I shouldn't say no friction. That is.
And he is a gem. He is rare, and everyone else has big intake for him.
Tony still needs to get all the same information that ATI or Athletico gets. Tony just goes, I'm going to move that friction later. We don't. If you want to book a call with me for me to look at your marketing, I send you one link, and I just need your name, email address. Then you pick the time and date to get scheduled. How many PT clinics can say that? When their call to action is call me, my man, it's 2025. About to be 2026. I'm probably not calling you. It's friction filled. Yes, I am a lazy son of a bitch. The 10 numbers I have to dial, too much. Give me the Calendly link and let me book myself because I'm an adult and you have computers with an EHR. I'm literally talking about this basic thing, right?
One overlooked thing with this is if it's in network and it's the copay, it's easier to be 100% digital. If you are selling a $300 evaluation, and then, so Jimmy, back pain, you want to just do a chat bot, you want to do email, whatever, you want to message into my practice.
Yes.
We ideally want to get you on the phone because it's a different situation. Now, you might say, I want to book or whatever. We want to drop on the phone call. We want to say, we want context. We want to build rapport. We want to let you know. We want to build some goodwill before we drop it on you and say, hey, we actually don't take any insurances and it's a $300 valuation and we need some context to build that up. And now, of course, if you're just like, well, I'm not going to get on a phone call and whatever, and
no,
use my insurance.
No. That's not what I said. Sorry. I would 1000% get on a phone call. I'm not going to make the first step into ambiguity with a phone call. So what's the first step? Does someone pick a time for Dave to call them? Like with you?
When we have leads, a prospective patient?
If I go to conciergepaymentrelief.com, what do I do? Do I click to get a call, or do I have to click to book a call, or do I have to actually dial numbers and call?
So of course you can fill out a form on our website if you want to, but we got to get back to you, obviously.
That's okay. I'm okay with that.
Okay. So it's either you submit a form or we have a phone number. You can call it 24/7. You can call it right now. Someone else is going to answer it and get your lead information.
This is my feeling. I would love to hear what Will or Tony think. I literally think by moving the friction like Tony does downline, Tony still needs to get all their insurance information. He just doesn't make it a barrier at the front door. Imagine you had to walk up to a bar and you had to scan your ID and show your social security card, and you're like, I don't fucking have it. I'm leaving. All I'm saying is move it downstream. book a call. Like Dave would probably rather do a bunch of 30-minute calls, more 30-minute calls to rule people out than waiting for those people to call. I want to get people on my calendar doing visibility calls. That's where you tell me everything about you. I ask you 10 to 15 questions, and then I go, I'm going to give you a report in your email. It's going to show you where your gaps are from everything you just told me. And then I'm going to put this much of a plan into it. And if you want it, great. If not, also great. But if I said, call me and I'll figure out when I'm telling you, that is a big barrier. That is a huge, huge barrier. Buy now is worth billions. Tony switching platforms to share the love, to get you watch time on different platforms.
Oh, thank you, Tony. You the man.
So smart. I think this is, Tony will take the risk of giving a free visit that doesn't get paid by insurance, then make patients wait for me to verify coverage. He still has to verify coverage. He's just moving it downstream. And this is not a thing Dave should be doing. Dave should be when we have a qualified person. Or I do agree with you. You're like, listen, I'm the only person who, that's a Dave thing. Only Dave can really hear the thing between the words. Agreed. I don't think we're disagreeing. But you're also different because you're cash, which I like. But so you need to explain more. I still think the smoother you make, all I'm saying is the smoother you make this with as few clicks as possible and as few calories burned in your brain, the better. You win. But we're trying to fix brands and colors and which TikTok dance we should do. And I'm like, wrong use of brain power.
You're talking about the fundamentals of onboard, contacting and speaking with prospective patients.
Yep.
What's that flow? How much resistance should be there? What's the process? All that. Yes, all of that is table stakes in my opinion. Then all the other stuff, like you said, website copy, design, TikTok videos, Instagram content, whatever.
Yeah, nothing gets in the way of a complicated evaluation, says Tony. But most of my evaluations are 20 minutes or less. Very low cost for me to evaluate a new referral. He's like, put the person in front of me. Let's go. Here we go. I'll figure it out later. Don't worry, we'll figure it out later. He's like, I'd rather do a bunch of C minuses, which means like I did something and it didn't lead to anything. Then he's not stepping over dollars to pick up dimes. Imagine ATI did this. Imagine Athletico did this. Imagine that's a lot of dimes. It's a lot of dollars. That's all I'm saying. Speaking of dimes and dollars, you're going to appreciate this. Dave's already queued up we got a new sponsor, Dave. I don't know you're shocked. This is your shock space. Welcome to the show, Referral Facts Pro. The fastest way to lose a patient before they ever start physical therapy. Referral Facts Pro sends your referral 3 times to the wrong number every time. In 1997 resolution. Because if it's not blurry, delayed, and impossible to track, is it even healthcare? Referral Facts Pro. Still faxing, still failing. Learn more at referralfaxforever.com.
I was, for the longest time, I was poo-pooing fax machines and all that. And this calendar year, we started paying $5 a month for digital faxes. So we get the fax over email, and it's just for referral. So it's like, in terms of marketing and new patients, why not just open the channel up for $5 a month, and offices can fax a referral because that's just how they do it. They just don't email it. They don't do it.
Yeah. I agree with Will here. He says, I like for Dave's business has more friction so yours should be a little bit like Ninja Warrior, but let's dial what that coefficient of friction is. Let's not make it impossible. Let's not make him solve math.
Just a little bit. I got to make sure that you're not looking for anything, a prospective patient with us. Like, you're not just looking for any physical therapist with a pulse. We need to make sure that the qualified leads, to use Will's terminology here, qualified lead is someone who is serious about their health and wellness. They have the money goal. They have a certain, no, not necessarily. Well, of course they have to have the money or get the money. Someone who is goal oriented. They want to get back to doing something, as opposed to Tony's mentioned before, where patients call in and they're like, I need 6 physical therapy visits treated so that I can qualify for an MRI. We do not see that type of person, because they're not going to spend hundreds of dollars times 6 or thousands to do that.
I agree with that. Will likes referral facts. I want to know, Will, do you like referral facts or do you like our other sponsor, which was chart hard. Which one better? Tony is asking if we've done sponsorship from the Rotary Cup, the party game. They have not returned my calls. They are a very big seller this Christmas. They don't need sponsorship on the show this year. Does Referral Facts Pro charge per page? Ben Galen is asking. No, they don't charge per page. They charge per syllable. So it's expensive and shitty. We talk a lot about big pharma, big fax and big printer ink. They are the mafia. Those are the real behind the scenes guys. David saying you'd be surprised how many clinics still fax in their orders. We will always have fax machines. Go to sme.com, buy your fax machines. They've got refurbished fax machines from 1992.
My Lord.
This is your ad campaign. We're Rotary Cup, the party game. We sell failed physical therapy in a can. Yes. The top restaurant in New York allowed some. If the top restaurant, yes. Ben, I like when you reframe it. What are fancy? Nobu? Is that a restaurant or is that LA?
No, Carbone is a big one that you can't. You and I couldn't get you in it right now today.
Dave could get him. Dave couldn't get Jimmy.
I'd have to contact one of my clients and get ask for a favor if I needed to get Jimmy in the Carbone tonight.
All right. So if Carbone, Ben Galen on LinkedIn is saying if the top restaurant in New York actually let you come in same day, it wouldn't be the top restaurant in New York. That's okay for Friction. That's okay if you sell Penthouse. They are not selling steaks.
And that's the difference between Nobu and Carbone versus McDonald's version of pizza.
But know who you are. Know who you're. Never mind you. Never mind. I'm erase that. Know who you're trying to get in your door, and then act appropriately. That's all I'm saying. Make it. Look what McDonald's does now. First of all, McDonald's looks like a Apple store. Like, where's Grimace? It's like these walls and not even a ball pit anymore, kids. And then you walk up to a giant iPad. That looks fun. Just to order food. They are friction, or the app before you pull in. They understand what they are selling. Access, simplicity, pretty okay food, if that's okay to you, as quickly as possible. So Ben, nail, head, hit. It wouldn't be coveted, right? Dave's first question on his intake form: do you have the monies? But
no, none.
Look at some of the things. Look at some of the videos. Look at some of the videos that I've known you've seen. Are you a CEO in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, making $250 or more, and want to make sure you're jacked and live your life to the fullest? Those are qualifying or disqualifying questions. They don't want those people getting down the funnel, right? They are on purpose. I should have said failed physical therapy in a 6-pack.
Oh, yeah.
Failed 6 visits again. All right. Right. Maybe more clinics should raise their standards. Ding dong. Otherwise, it's a race to the bottom of taking any insurance.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly. You want high volume, low margin. You got the race to the bottom. For us, we're able to raise our rates. We got people signing new client paperwork today, yesterday, this week. They signed new client paperwork that says, here's the rate for our services, and at a future date, now we're in December. So it used to be our paperwork did say January 1st, but now it's, in the next 3 to 6 months, whatever, a future date, June 1st, whatever. This rate will increase by whatever percentage, 3 to 10%. It's a baked in price raise. If we continue to deliver value.
Yes. Kevin Hart would say it with your chest. Do not be like Martha. Remember Martha the other day? That thing we read, the Microsoft Word document that was printed on the door, and they put like Martha will be charging $15 more per session because Martha is good to know you already lost. Sorry, Martha. I do not disagree. Martha's probably an amazing physical therapist. Martha does not understand who she's talking to, what she's selling, or how to sell it. I've got to be harsh. I have to be harsh. But I love you, Martha. I actually don't know who Martha is, but I probably would love her because she's a PT.
That post, that seemed like she's not the owner. It seemed like she's probably like the most popular staff PT, like the main PT or something.
I didn't understand that when I first worked in the clinic, like why like all of us were getting one rate, and then there was one dude who was like, I charged $125 more. And I was like, huh. And then I got it.
It's like a law for everyone. Law firms, accounting firms.
I'm just going to go right
every
there.
every other industry does it. Consultants.
I was going to go right there. Yeah. How are we going to raise this rate when when the person who does this level of work is being charged? That doesn't make any sense. Well, I play the same number of innings, therefore I should get the same number of. I play more innings. I'm getting less money. Yes. WAR. If you're a baseball fan, wins above replacement. Now we're talking Dave language. That is the statistic. When you go into arbitration, all the sports fans were just like, I have no idea what this guy's talking about. When you go into arbitration to negotiate your next contract, and they just go, stats, we're going to compare you against everybody else who plays your position, has been there, whatever. That's what people are doing. They're doing the mental war. Wins above two. What the outcome might be. We also, surgery is tangible and concrete. I will come in. You're going to make me go to sleepy, count backwards from 100, but only get to 92. Wake up. New knee. Physical therapy. I'm going to go do some stuff, and then other stuff might happen. That's harder to sell. Trainers know how to sell it. Sell the vision. Look, this is what we're going to do, and this is what we hope to get. Ben Galen writing a book. Look, I look like the guy from Home Improvement. I look like Wilson hiding behind the. Ben Galen saying, I did a concierge service on Palm Beach Island. I also kept raising my rates because why not? Just to see how much people would pay. Great experiment. And still fill the schedule. But one thing I ran into was the thought that they were just buying my time, not my services. Ooh, wait a minute. I feel like I want to get into, meaning I would show up and they would want me to look at their cable box. What? Wait, is this real? I don't understand this.
Okay, so instead of cable box, yes, it could be. We have some clients, Ben. Yes, of course, we have some clients that they don't want to actually do physical therapy, or they don't want to like exercise like crazy, and they want to talk, and they want to tell life stories, and they don't actually want to engage in the service. Totally fine by me.
Yeah.
Because in my opinion, some clients need that, and it might be weeks or months to lead into that, to then eventually have them do the movement and goals and all that type of stuff.
They say we shouldn't record the episode or the video, Dave, unless we know what the thumbnail and the title is going to be. But if we do a future episode on what D3 is talking about here, it's just the tip. David is saying, has tip culture infiltrated?
We did an episode on this a while ago.
Was I there?
I think so.
Maybe we could do it again, because this enrages people a lot. Like, people are like, my patient gave me cookies. Am I going to lose my license? And I'm like, what are we talking about? Someone gave me a gift card to Dunkin' Donuts. Am I going to lose my license? And I'm like, is this law or policy? I don't even want to get into it because I feel like it's its own thing, but I can already see the.
Can we go back real quick to Ben Galen, the big comment? Okay, so yes, we run into this situation. Ideally, before we even start with this client, any client like this, Ben, we're trying to find out, like, what do they want? Like, are they the decision maker, or is the son or daughter booking us?
Right.
I know you're looking. I know. Wilson. All right, get rid of the comment. Right. Yes, we run into this. And if someone that's, older, and they want you to like screw in a light bulb, or I don't know, like certain things, we got to draw a line. Like, we're not there for home servicing. We're not there to help.
I don't know, Dave. Hold on, light bulb. You're gonna fall if you can't see in the dark. This feels like safety precaution.
Yeah. So the cable box example from Ben, like, no, we're not gonna get on our hands and knees and check out your cable box respectfully. Like, that has no effect on your health and wellness, because if you're sitting in front of your TV more, and if you're older, it's probably not a great thing for you. So yeah, we get into that a little bit. We do have some clients that like want to delay and procrastinate and spend 15 or 20 minutes of the visit talking and putting their shoes on for 15 or 20 minutes, or trying to like prepare food for our therapist. So it happens. I mean, but if they're paying $350 a visit, and the goal is to get them walking and moving more, and whatever their goal is, like, we're trying to get them back to whatever their goal is. Yeah. If we're heading that direction, I'm all good. If they're paying for that and they understand what they're doing in that hour, it's fine.
Yeah. D3 saying, sounds like you have some clients that are interested in companionship. Like, this is a service, I believe, in Japan, where like you rent a human. There's a what's his name movie, Brendan Fraser movie coming out about this, where he's like in Japan and people rent him to be like connection. This is a ridiculous idea, but it's not. Like, this was a ridiculous idea 15 years ago. This is where we are in the world. I also believe Tony was, months ago was talking about like, if you like cooking and are into nutrition, instead of selling a nutrition plan, that's not enough. The person who needs better nutrition to heal better, to feel better, giving them a cookbook ain't it. It's not enough. Cook the food.
So there is some of our clients that are middle-aged or older that want some of this social interaction or companionship. And although it's not obviously our direct service, it's part of the situation. And if I don't want to demean someone that like charges a lower hourly rate, or even if someone is like a care companion, like I mentioned on the last episode, like yeah, cuddling is also a thing, which some people are charging for that. We don't. Tony's got a comment on the screen if you're listening on audio. Tony's commenting about a girl who charges $150 an hour for cuddling, which is wild. That's wild. That's
Dave,
inappropriate.
Have you considered offering a service to do home safety consultations, i.e. how to make the home safer for patients with certain risks? Lifestyles safe and famous. What?
It's not a overly branded service that we advertise. It's kind of part of our offering. So yes.
Tony now clarifying. I saw a TikTok. I did not meet with her in person. I do not know I do not know who you're talking about. Gary V says a companion walking along with innocent dining will become a wonderful service base in the near future. This is the escort.
Yeah. You just got to pay for it. Absolutely.
Pay for the time. We've got 15 minutes. There's some topics I don't want to get into. ChatGPT is amazing for home safety recommendations. Literally amazing. Oh, here's a great aside.
But real quick with that comment from Tony, ChatGPT has the recommendations, but we are primed as physical therapists, occupational therapists to do the implementation and the execution or the application of doing it in someone's home and actually moving their rugs. I've actually come across a challenge with patients that have $10,000 rugs, and they're like, "We're not removing this rug," and I'm like, "Well, it's a trip hazard." And they're like, "Well, it's a $10,000 rug, so we're not removing it." And I'm like, "All right,
I'm not signing that." Yeah. Ben has a smart canine. His dog started charging him if he wanted him to sit next to him for by 15 minutes. It's in kibble, but it's still the rate.
Capitalistic dog. I like it.
Yeah, Tony, I know someone. Here was a devious thing that I think we talked about. I don't know. I talk a lot in my head. If your bathroom or your entrance to your business is non-compliant to the ADA, and now I'm talking like a lawyer, so someone fact check me. But if someone complains, you have like a time period to fix it or else. So someone said they're going to start a business. They're going to go around and take photos of bathrooms and then analyze, is this sink the right height? Is this door the right width? Are there ways to get in? And their only business is going to be sending emails to that company and going, you are out of compliance. I will not report you. You have 30 days, and then I will. And then you have a buddy who's a contractor and go, this is the guy who can fix it. He knows exactly what's wrong because I told him. And then if you're a contractor who only wants to do that, you would never have to run another ad in your entire life. Just pay for people to go around and do that and then give them a cut. Yeah, that was the ADA threats in a previous episode. I remember. Okay, good. It wasn't just me talking in my brain. What is coming up for you? We've got 12 minutes. Like, what's coming up for you, Dave, like personally?
Yeah, so I have a new physical therapist that is going to start on January 12th full-time. So
nice.
I'm already organizing the updated onboarding documents and all that type of stuff that we're going to do with him. And what else? Oh, yesterday, I submitted, this is the first time ever, first time in 8 years, a patient. You remember the patient that was threatening me about the charging him 2 times of $350 for late cancellation policy?
Yes.
And first time ever submitting. And you know me, Tony's a lover. I'm a fighter. And it's not always worth the fight, but I wanted to do this whole process and get the documents. So I submitted all the evidence to fight back and dispute and be the rebuttal of this patient's late cancellation. 4 visits scheduled, 2 visits they were treated, 2 visits they late canceled, 1 like literally minutes or an hour or 2. I'm sorry, basically missed visits, like home visits. 1 visit canceled 14 minutes before the visit time. The other visit, my therapist shows up the client texts the therapist hours later and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I overslept and all that. And I'm so sorry. And I had all the screenshots of all the text messages, all the correspondence. The patient signed electronically our $350 late cancellation policy, had all the documentation organized. It took a little time to get the screenshots of emails and text messages and all that, organize it properly, submit it to my credit card processor, Stripe. First time ever fighting a chargeback. In 8 years, literally, I've never had a chargeback. Submitted all the documentation. It's probably going to take. Well, it just submitted last night, and it said I got an automated email. It was like, we will hear back from this customer's American Express card on March 3rd or whatever. So it's like that's months away. Typically not worth the fight, but this person literally documented and said, "Charge me. I'm so sorry," to my therapist. "I'm so sorry. Charge my card, whatever." And then all of a sudden, we charge the card, and then they do chargebacks. So not always worth the fight. Yeah, maybe a little stress around it, whatever. But now I can take those documents. I'm not going to share it with you guys, but like share it, like redacted if we needed to. Take those documents, put it in our electronic playbook. So now if this ever happens again, or if someone buys a $4,000, $5,000 package and has a chargeback, we have the whole playbook, the whole process of what to do, how to do it efficiently. And as a sidebar, from Alex Hormozy's suggestion, and I bet Will Boyd does this. No one does this, which is I have a credit card on file for my customer. And what is the only other backup form of payment that's better than credit card? What is it?
ACH.
ACH. We've never done it. Now it's like every time there's an issue, this is business. Every time there's an issue in the business, it's like one person gets through. Like they maybe successfully, screw you over or whatever, add friction or add stress or whatever. And then we patch the hole forever. So this will never happen again. And I will. So it's like, I remember as soon as this happened, I was like, oh man, I remember this. I don't even remember what video, but from Alex Hormozy saying that they would get credit card and a backup form of payment, ACH. And and do all that through Stripe.
You wouldn't do that first, right? That's like step 4. Like name, phone number, email address, maybe credit card. I would do credit card though. That's normal.
Always credit card. Always credit card. But now it's like, okay, so now I need to. I've seen ACH in my and your firstborn, yes, with Ben. So it's just like anytime that there's like an issue or a challenge, it's like a hole in the boat, and then it's like, all right, well that water's already in the boat, so
hole.
Let's patch this hole and make sure that no one else gets through.
The line that I was told is that there's always going to be a leading cause of death. It's like, wait a minute, no, there won't. It's like, well, yeah, there will. Fix the leading cause of death of your business, and then now that's out. And then you get to work on the second leading cause of death that is now the first leading cause of death. And then you get to work down the list. Putting more marketing putting more water in a leaky bucket. Got to buy a lot of water, man. And that's not water, by the way, in that metaphor. It's money. Don't do that from a marketing guy. It also makes marketing people look like crap. Well, you charged us $20,000 and we didn't get anything. Yeah, unfortunately, my scope stops at this part of your process. That sucks. It's like when you look at like someone who's renovating a house and the sheetrock guy comes, but then the electrician comes and the electrician tears apart the sheetrock and goes, ta-da. And then the sheetrock guy looks like shit. It's like, no, man, you came late. I came on time. Now you had to ruin my work and I got to do it again. Same thing. Dave needs to start teaching business classes to other PTs. We're launching the MBA for the DPT. Dave's like, too much squeeze, not enough juice. Probably right.
I mean, I'm not interested, but it's got to be like a big number that's just filters out like almost everyone. And it's the same thing with our patients and clients.
And you gotta walk next to Dave in New York City, walk between things. He's just gonna walk. You're like, it's walk and talk, like in the West Wing. Like, okay, I'll teach you, but here we go, and we're moving. We're getting late in the show, so I want to make sure we don't lose any money, Dave. So let's bring on Compliance Coffee. Fueling today's show is Compliance Coffee, the only caffeine clinically proven to taste worse the more regulations you read. notes of burnt hope, mild anxiety, and just a hint of, did I document that correctly? Compliance coffee, because burnout should at least be caffeinated. Order now at drinkcompliancefirst.com. Compliance coffee.
That is something. That is something.
I'd love to know if people listen to the show regularly, like which ones have popped and which ones you're like, that wasn't funny, Jim. I think if we can ever get the right person at Rotary Cup Party Game, we get them on the show and we'll start giving away copies of Rotary Cup, the party game. We've got 5 minutes.
What was this comment from CJ Morrow? Preach. What was that about?
Preach. Yeah, I want to know what you're saying. Preach to, because I'd like to preach some more.
Was that something that I said or something that Jimmy said?
No, I think it was definitely something you were saying something. She'll comment on that. How does the thing next to Dave look? Because I think this thing I'm talking about with the
I'm okay with that. I know I messaged you a while ago. I was like, get those comments off. I'm cool with this.
That I think we got the comments.
We got live comments. And by the way, the comments are flying today. You're putting them up there.
You want to know why I think? Well, number one, because we've been repetition. Why do you think my podcast is pretty good? Right? Because I did 2 a week, every week for a decade. Like, that's why. I've had marketing companies at large practices go, what's the secret, Jimmy? Is it the keywords? Is it the logo? Is it the shadow behind the font? No, it's the fact that I did 2 push-ups every week for a decade, and now people know who I am. Ta-da! Why do they know who I am? Because I showed up 2 times a week for a decade. So I think it's that. I also think it's because we're showing comments more and reacting to them. And look how huge they are today. I hit a button and I used to have them be real, like subtle. Dude, I don't like subtle.
I like that. And so this is Ben Galen. This is how he likes his compliance coffee. He takes his black and lukewarm.
Black and lukewarm. I like it mildly colding, your compliance coffee. We're going to do parting. Let's do mailbag. I do have a mailbag real quick. You want to do a mailbag? People have emailed. There is in the bottom right corner of ptpintcast.com. You can jump into the mailbag. That's a question that we can ask on the show. Dave's rule is, though, no anonymous questions.
It's mailbag time. Real questions, real people. No bots allowed.
All right, I got 2 of them. But let's just do both of them real quick. Dave, longtime listener, first time emailer, already love this person because they get it, what we're doing. I love PT, but I'm exhausted. Is it normal to feel like I picked the wrong career? What the hell do I do about it? This is existential. We have existential dread has entered the chat.
Can you read the beginning again?
Yeah. I love physical therapy, but I'm exhausted. Is it normal to feel like I picked the wrong career? This feels like a third year PT.
But we don't have how many years they've been practicing or any other context.
No, let's just make it up. This person's been practicing for 3 years.
I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, you love physical therapy, but you're exhausted. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I have an answer there.
Jimmy would say, step into my office. Is it normal? Well, if you're feeling it, your emotions are valid, and I will validate your emotions. Is it normal to feel like I picked the wrong career? Yeah. Have you been on LinkedIn or Twitter in the last checks notes 11 years? Yes. But now you need to make a choice. Are you okay with this? Because I got news for you. Unless you make a decision, it's not going to get better. I'm going to say it again. Unless you change a lot of things, it's not going to get better. You decide. Pick your hard. The second one, Becky from St. Louis. My clinic wants better outcomes, more visits, faster closed notes, but won't change staffing levels or technology. AITA. You know what AITA means?
AITA. No.
Am I the asshole? Am I the asshole here?
How did I not know that acronym?
That's NSFW. Do you know what NSFW is?
No.
Not safe for work.
Oh, there you. Yeah, I know that one.
Photo or this comment is non-safe for work. Don't be opening it in front of your boss. So my clinic wants better outcomes, more visits, faster notes closed, but won't change staffing or technology. Am I the asshole? I mean, we know the answer to this.
I mean, if that's the case, it sounds like you need to move on and look for better opportunities or different opportunities.
Yeah. What your clinic wants is faster horses and brighter candles. My man.
See, everyone watching, listening, sending in messages like that to you, we're all smart enough. You know the next step. You know what to do. Come on.
Yeah. I search on Reddit, AITA, because a lot of times it's like, obviously the other person's the ass. But when it is you, people dogpile. And I just go to the comments and I'm like, ooh, look at this. This bird's not too late for you to delete this. Here's what CJ was saying. She said, preach. And then she said, fix the holes financially, then don't leak with marketing. Ta-da! Money is hard to talk about, but more PTs need to just bite the bullet and make sure they are buttoned up this way. No notes, CJ Morrow, no notes. And if you're not good at money, hire someone who likes it, knows how to do it. But that person costs money. Okay, but saving money leads to, and I know this is going to be a difficult concept, money. That's what it leads to. Money. Let's do parting shots, but before we do parting shots, we got to close out with one final sponsor for the day. Today's episode is also brought to you by Outcome Track, the platform that tracks everything except whether your patient actually shows up. Beautiful dashboards, colorful graphs, reports, outcomes trending in yellow. Outcome Track. If it's not measured, did it even fail? Learn more at tracktheoutcomesnottthepatients.com. It sort of feels like this, doesn't it, Dave? Like you get charts on, but like what? You can't have 39 KPIs. That's none of those KPIs are K. Can't have keys that are just so many of those things. That's not a good system. All right, time for wait. You know I have one. Wait, parting shots.
This is the parting shot. One last mic drop moment. No pressure. Just your legacy on the line.
All right, your legacy on the line. Parting shot. What's your parting shot for today, Dave?
Parting shot. Even though there's healthcare is more friction. We talked about the stress, the challenge of the friction and the third party payer. And even with health insurance premiums going up and copays going up and deductibles becoming higher. And unfortunately, most US consumers are spending more out of pocket for all this, like before they get to the Medicare age, right?
Yep.
It's good for the physical therapy, PT/OT world because more, if you want to, if you get out of the system and you charge either you bill out of network insurance or you just charge a self-pay rate, you can continue to pay your team members and keep great staff. That's what I'm doing. So that's the challenge. Like if you want to get out of the system, you have way more flexibility. And I think the momentum of all the online video we talked about, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, more consumers are understanding what we do, what we offer, and that momentum is helping justify why some practices like us are out of pocket and why it's different than in network copay.
Yeah. Fix the leading cause of death in your business, right? If the leading cause of death is 76% of people who get a referral to your clinic don't ever even show up, figure out why. Spend it. Jerry Durham would go sit in the lobby, but the lobby's not where it is. That's why this is hard. You don't know where that referral process is happening and where it's failing. Figure that out, my friends. It's worth several weeks, months of your time because that is your leading cause of death. Fix that and you got a chance. Parting shot. Tony knows a guy who pays $150 for cuddling. I just read the comments.
Just a joke. It's just a joke.
We'll be back next week. We'll do more stuff. Tony will be back. Tony, rest the vocal cords. And
hot tea, honey.
Hot tea. Did you just call Dave honey? Oh, sorry, did you just call Tony honey, Dave?
Hot tea and honey.
Hot tea and honey.
Gargle some warm salt water. Doesn't that work? That work?
Find out. Tony, report.
That's it. We're out.
Boys, what the hell are you doing?
Follow Tony Maritano on YouTube at Total Therapy Solution. Find Dave Kittle at ConciergePainRelief.com and on YouTube at The Dave Kittle Show. And follow Jimmy McKay at PT Pinecast on YouTube, the socials, and wherever you binge podcasts you pretend are for CEUs. And hey, here's a reminder. None of this was for advice. This was for entertainment only. Our lawyers say that counts. Thanks, Keegan.